Hello and welcome back, United fan viewers. It was match day and we got the results that we needed. It was United versus Liverpool. We performed really well in the end. It came down to multiple factors within our team, whether it was Brian and Bermo, whether it's Amorim with the substitution, Sonny Lemons or Sonny Lemons making multiple saves, the let being a rock in the back, Harry Maguire being a rock both in the front and in the back. Delong doing his necessary duties against Mo Salah and then swapping over to the right when Ahmad got substituted and doing a well enough job that we didn't lose the game. Euro, Patrick Dogu, Casemiro's first half, Kobe Mainoo when he came on, and Mason Mount's tireless running. I'm so happy with this result. With the team lineup that was put out at the beginning, I was feeling rather uncertain, somewhat nervous, and a little bit upset. But with these substitutions that I predicted before the game started being necessary and around the same times that I suggested being made, I'm really happy to see that we got the win we deserved. We managed to put Liverpool 4 games in a row without a win. We won at Anfield after almost 10 years, and we put in a team cohesive shift together. Now, we usually were expecting Harry Maguire to go up against Virgil van Dijk all the time at corners. Virgil van Dijk got some ones in the beginning, even though he never scored, which was good on Harry Maguire. But I was really pleased to see Euro when he came on. He went one on one with him, and he won on more than one occasion in corners, and I'm really pleased with him. Now, some people have said that Bruno Fernandes is our best player and our worst player. I disagree. He's our best player and second worst player because, in my opinion, always Luke Shaw is the worst player. Now, some people may say he even performed better than Diego Dalot, uh, according to some pundits. But I felt that Diego Dalot did a well job against Mo Salah in the first half, and then he did okay enough job against Golden Gap Goal. Even the Gold Gap Goal got two chances where he could have scored in terms of the second half. I still believe that Diego Dallo did well enough. And I'm really pleased that we were able to or rather not just stop, but also keep them at bay in terms of the over 400 million on attack of Liverpool. I'm always pleased to see Brian and Burmo performing. Now, in terms of player rating, I will be generous because not only did we win at Anfield, we won at Anfield for the first time in almost 10 years. So, therefore, these players deserve support. I'll start off with Sunny Lamans. Sorry. In terms of goalkeeping, some people would give him an 8, but I'm going for the full 9. And not only did he perform a double save, even though the ball went out before the second shot came in, he didn't know that. The collections were extremely great. His ability to do the shot stopping with his leg was extremely good against Isak. There were multiple times when they shot that he saved in terms of dives that I was really happy with, or rather, he covered his net well enough that the ball wouldn't go in. Matthias Delect, extremely rock solid at the back. I'm going slightly lower with him compared to the goalkeeper because he's someone that we know, someone we always rely on, and I will give him 7.5. It could have been an 8 if only he picked the ball up better in terms of when Benjamin Sheshko came on. Harry Maguire, old Slabhead, our old captain, our striker, our defender, our winger. I'm always pleased to see him perform well. I will give him an 8. Luke Shaw. Well, what can I say? He got made by Salah. There were multiple times when he got outpaced. There were a couple of times people went past him. I'll give him a 6.5 to be generous because we won in the end. Ahmad. Now, I don't think he deserved that yellow card, even though some were saying it was reckless and it was somewhat off the ground. It was not intentional. He got the ball and the follow through wasn't great, but I believe that he deserved 7.5. He performed well on the wing. He performed really well in terms of his dribbling, his assist. But the pull back to Bruno Fernandes should have been his second assist, to be honest. If Bruno Fernandes had finished that, we would have won the game more comfortably. But I'll go on to Bruno later on in the video. In terms of Casemiro, you could look at it one of two ways. The first half, I would have given it easily an 8 or a 9. But towards the second half, I'll give him a 7.5. Not only did he get booked, but he seemed to be losing out in terms of when Liverpool made substitutions in terms of fresher legs. You could see his age catching up with him to some extent, but he was still performing well enough that I was pleased with him. When he got substituted, I was okay with it, but I'm really pleased with him today. 7.5 for me. I think this score is extremely too low, in my opinion. He did well enough in the second half. In the first half, he fought. He was consistent. He was making good passes forward. He was tackling. He was in good positions in terms of interceptions and tackling, and his spatial awareness was extremely excellent. You could see his experience showing. Bruno Fernandes. First half, possibly a 7. Second half, possibly a 5. I'll give him the difference of 6.5. Now, some people have gone slightly lower than I have. I feel that he is extremely good in terms of passing forward when he gets the pass right. But the other issue is when he gets the pass wrong. The amount of times he gave the ball away was too much. The amount of times we got counter attacked due to him misplacing a pass was too much. But then again, look at the other end of the goal. He could have scored 2 goals. He gave 2 assists in terms of putting the ball to Harry Maguire, and also he was part of the goal build-up for Brian Mbeumo. He was the person who passed to Ahmad. For that, I would have given him 7.5. But then second half, the misplaced passes, the continuous errors, the fact that he didn't score the goals opportunities that he had, I rated him somewhere closer to 5. So I gave him the difference, and you guys felt it the same to some extent, some lower slightly, but I understand. Diego Dallo. This is a player that I have contention with when he's included. I have contention with when he's not included. I have contention with his performance. Then I also have contention with the criticism that he receives. Someone who I feel is better than Luke Shaw. Not a lot of people will agree, but I will give him 6.5 also. As I said, not many people will agree. He went up against Salah. He performed well against Salah. The second half, when he switched over to go to Gakpo, he was more or less effective, but I'll still give him 6.5. As I said, I will be generous. Brian Mbeumo, he did really well in this game. As with all recent games, to be honest, he's been our best signing so far. He is performing really well. He's tenacious in terms of attacking and defending. He was pointed to Ahmad where to go or who to go with on multiple occasions during the game. I'm really pleased with him. I'll give him 7 to 7.5. Why did I give him only 7.5 compared to some other players? Because of his technical ability. Because I know what he can become. He could easily become close to what Mo Salah is within a couple of years if we feed him, if we give him the right system, if we give him the right supporting players, if we give him more goal opportunities. I believe he could become one of our best players in the next couple of years in terms of not only the best player in the team, but one of the legends of the club if we are consistent with him and we bring the right people around him. Now, Mason Mount, some people will disagree with this, but I'll give him a 7. He's tenacious, his ability to track back to pressure up front, his ability to make the correct passes, not to overhit his passes, his ability to put in an effort for the team always makes me proud. So I'll give him a 7. Matthias Cunha. Now, this player is confusing in terms of his ability to carry the ball, his ability to control the ball, his ability to get past people are extremely beautiful. But his final product always leaves me lacking for something. I just feel that he should be doing better than he is at the moment. Brian Mbemo is our best player at the moment to some extent in terms of better than almost everybody else except Bruno, but Bruno has his shortcomings. Whereas Mbemo has little shortcoming in terms of his ability to produce during the game, from the first minute to the last minute. Matthias Cunha, I'll give him 6.5. Okay, I'll be slightly generous and give him a 7. Lenny Euro, as I said, he came on. He won the up against Virgil van Dijk. He won headers. He was extremely good in terms of pace, which is something we lacked with the Harry Maguire Luke Shaw partnership. Made the necessary tackles, went up in terms of against a good player in Virgil van Dijk. Okay, I'll go slightly 7.5, even though others didn't agree with me. Manuel Ugarte came on, wasn't extremely beautiful in terms of his performance, but wasn't bad as Bruno in terms of losing the ball. He wasn't as great as Casemiro in terms of interceptions and passing the ball forward either in terms of Bruno, but he did a job well enough that once Casemiro came off, that we did what was necessary. I'll give him a 7, although some people went slightly lower with 6 or 6.5. I still believe he did his job. Kobe Mainoo came on for Bruno. Did really well in terms of keeping the ball, controlling the ball, making putting in a shift which was necessary, which I didn't feel Bruno was doing. What the with the amount of lost possessions. So I'll give him a 7. In the last moment of the game, you can see him kicking the ball away as well, before the final whistle. So I was happy that he was putting in a shift. So I will give him a 7 for that reason, even though some people wouldn't agree. I believe he should deserve more game time. He's not getting enough game times for me. We need to let Casemiro rest to some extent after today's game. I would like to see Firmino in the next game, and therefore I would give him 7. So just to encourage the manager to give him his game time. Patrick Dogu did well against Salah when he came on. Did well against the Liverpool attack in terms of his position and his ability to carry the ball forward. I'll give him a 7. Benjamin Sheshko came on, um, won some headers, not many. Tried to control the ball, made passes when necessary up front. Tried to press, although not great. I'll give him 6.5 just to be generous because I like Benjamin Sheshko. He's a player with extreme potential. I want to see him score more goals later on in as the season goes on. Now, Amorim. Amorim, well, there's two ways to look at it. There were so many people like myself extremely upset with the initial team lineup, but because he made the necessary substitutions, which I predicted, and I was really pleased with him making the necessary substitutions that I said he should make, and he performed really well in terms of the team setup. The formation worked. The team played well together. The team played for each other, and he is building something. Now, people will say that he is not putting out a team for the future. He put out a team for a result base today, but once he made the substitutions, I felt that could be the team of the future, and therefore I will give him an 8. Some people will say this is generous, but he came to Anfield and it's the second manager who won it since Lewis van Gaal, since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Jose Mourinho didn't, Eric Ten Hag didn't, Ole didn't. So therefore, for that reason alone, I will give him 8 for this one. And now, our man of the match, as always, in my opinion, it's Brian Mbeumo or the manager. In today's occasion, also, Delet Maguire were also in contention for me, and Bruno Fernandes. Bruno, I would like to give it to him as he's our captain, but the constant ball possession loss is what cements it for me in terms of giving it to Brian and Burmo. And for that reason, I say give it to Brian and Burmo. Again, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the video. Please, on the way out, make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment and help me to grow the channel. This is a new channel and it needs your support. Thank you for the wonderful comments in the last videos. Please subscribe when you watch because there are more people watching than subscribing and we need you. Thank you for your time and thank you for watching this video.